Hey, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. In this video, we are going to look at the Chase Sapphire Preferred card versus the Capital One Venture Rewards card. Before we do, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already, and if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So, Chase Sapphire Preferred, Capital One Venture Rewards, two common potential choices for people that want to get into the travel rewards area in terms of their credit card, but don't want to pay a big annual fee, aren't ready to kind of make that leap up to 400 or 500 plus. Good cards potentially in those ranges, but maybe not ready to go there. So these two cards, $95 annual fee, which makes them a good apples to apples comparison. All right, so let's look at each card individually, and then we will do some comparing and contrasting, and I'll tell you which one I think is better for most people. We'll start with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, $95 annual fee. As I make this video, there's a new cardholder bonus opportunity of 80,000 points, a very strong offer if you spend at least $4,000 with the card within the first 3 months from account opening. Those 80,000 points could get you $1,000 worth of travel through Chase's Ultimate Rewards portal. You also should be able to get at least $800 worth of value if you redeem them in other ways. As I make this video, I know that the bonus is going away in about a week. So June 1st, 2022, 6 p.m. Eastern, it will cease and there will be some other new bonus. So if you're watching this video in the short term, you've got a short-term opportunity after that. Not sure when that bonus will come back, and you would want to check to see what the bonus is. In terms of the everyday rewards on the Chase Sapphire Preferred, 5 points per dollar when you book travel through the Chase Ultimate Rewards travel portal. So they're incentivizing you to use their travel portal to book your travel. If you book travel other ways, you'll get 2 points per dollar when you use the card. You'll also get 3 points per dollar on dining purchases, 3 points per dollar on most streaming services, 3 points per dollar for online grocery purchases, which excludes Target, excludes Walmart, excludes warehouse clubs. You'll get 1 point per dollar on everything else. Also of note here is the $50 per year hotel credit when you book a hotel through the Chase Ultimate Rewards travel portal. So book a hotel, the first 50 bucks of it is going to come back to you. You should note that that first 50 bucks that does come back to you is not going to earn the 5 points per dollar that you would get normally through the portal, but everything else would get you that 5 points. Now let's talk about how you can redeem those points. There are many options, but we're going to talk about the most common and the most lucrative of them. First off, you can use your points through the Chase Ultimate Rewards travel portal and get a 25% boost on the value of those points, which is why I said the 80,000 point bonus opportunity that I talked about could be worth $1,000 worth of travel when you go through the portal. So you're going to get that 25% boost. So when you look at those points that I talked about, 4 different types of purchases, you can see that you could think of those as potentially being worth 25% more each when you go through the portal. So if you had 5 points per dollar, you could think of that as 6.25 points per dollar. If you had 3 points per dollar, you could think of that as 3.75 points per dollar. If you have 2 points, you could think of that as 2.5 points. 1 point would be 1.25 points when used through the Chase Ultimate Rewards travel portal. So that's the only way you're going to get that 25% boost. There are other attractive redemption options as well. You could take your points and transfer some or all of them into one of the frequent flyer or hotel loyalty programs of one of Chase's travel transfer partners, which includes United, Southwest, Marriott, Hyatt, IHG hotels, JetBlue. There are some international airlines, so you have a lot of options where you could transfer your points on a one-to-one basis. So if you're part of one of those programs, that would also be another way. Or maybe if you see a great deal through one of those travel transfer partners, you could transfer your points and use them in that way. Or you could just take those points and redeem them as cash back or as a statement credit. So if you booked travel with the card but not through the portal, you essentially could use those points to offset those purchases on a 1 penny per point basis. So 10,000 points would be worth $100 in that way. Or you could just take the cash either as a statement credit or have it deposited into your bank account. So the nice thing about that is, unlike most travel cards, the Chase Sapphire Preferred will let you take those points and redeem them at a penny per point, even if you don't use them toward travel. And that is different than the Venture Rewards card, and it's different than most other travel cards out there. So that is one of the nice things about Chase, and it's also a nice thing as sort of a starter travel card. If you don't use the card in the way that you originally intended, or you just want to use some of those points for cash instead of travel, you have the option to do so at a good redemption rate here, where with other cards like the Venture Rewards, you're going to get significantly less if you decide to redeem just for cash. And then finally, in terms of rewards that this card gives you, you do get a 10% card anniversary bonus every year when you have re-upped for another year and you pay that annual fee again. You're going to get a 10% bonus on the amount that you spent on the card in the year prior in points. So what that means, for example, $10,000 spent on the card in that prior card year, you're going to get 1,000 points as a card anniversary bonus. It's not hugely significant, but you could think of it as an extra 0.1% on top of all the other numbers we've just talked about in terms of the rewards that you would earn with this card. So those are the points that you can earn on the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but one of the strengths of the Chase Ultimate Rewards program is that you can pool points between multiple Chase cards, and if you have the Sapphire Preferred, you can still pull all those points and put them through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal and get that 25% boost. So what that means, for example, is that you could also get the Chase Freedom Flex card with its 5 point per dollar or 5% rotating categories each quarter, and you could take the points that you earn from that card and pool them into the Chase Sapphire Preferred and get that 25% boost on them through the travel portal, which means those 5 points per dollar or those 5% categories that you would get through the Chase Freedom Flex would actually end up being 6.25% if redeemed for travel through the portal. So that is a way to get even more out of other Chase cards by having the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And then finally with this card, some travel benefits to consider. No foreign transaction fees, which means no extra fees on purchases you make with the card outside of the US. Some credit cards do charge you extra for foreign transactions. You have some travel insurances here, things like trip delay insurance, baggage delay reimbursement, rental car coverage, primary coverage here for many things that could happen to a rental car. You'd want to check the details on these, but fairly strong coverages on this card versus a lot of cards out there in the market, and a little stronger on this card than on the Capital One Venture, which we will talk about. Now let's look at the Capital One Venture Rewards card. Same $95 annual fee as the Chase Sapphire Preferred. New cardholder bonus as I make this video, 75,000 points if you spend at least $4,000 with the card in the first 3 months from account opening. That 75,000 points would get you $750 worth of travel when you redeem. A little less than with the Chase card. However, those are the bonuses as I make this video. So make sure if you are watching it in the future that you check the bonuses on each card, because obviously the new cardholder bonus can be a significant piece of the value equation when you are trying to decide on a card. But both of these cards, a strong bonus as I make this video. In terms of the everyday reward points, or miles as Capital One calls them, on this card you're going to earn 5 points per dollar, 5 miles per dollar on car rentals and hotels that are booked through Capital One Travel, which is the Capital One travel platform. You're going to get 2 miles per dollar on all other purchases with this card. So it's a lot easier to sort of understand what you're getting because you don't have as many categories to consider with this card. And that is appealing to a lot of people, and Capital One has sort of been doing that for a long time in terms of trying to simplify the reward formulas for people that find some of these reward formulas from other cards kind of confusing. So if that's you, maybe this is something that would appeal to you more. In terms of redeeming your Capital One miles, there are many redemption options, but the best is going to be to redeem toward travel. You should think of each Capital One mile in that case as worth 1 penny, meaning 10,000 miles is going to be worth $100 worth of travel, for example. So you could use those miles through the Capital One travel platform if you chose, or if you wanted to book travel with your Capital One Venture Rewards card and take those miles to offset or erase that purchase, you could do it in the same way. Again, 10,000 miles would give you $100 worth of travel, 20,000 miles gives you $200 worth of travel, etc. Now there are other redemption options such as Capital One's travel transfer partners, which are not nearly as strong as Chase's. You have some international airlines here in their list. You've got some hotel programs, but not the sort of big names that you might expect. For some people, this is good because they travel internationally a lot and they know how to use these programs through some of the airline alliances, all that kind of stuff. There is potential value here if you are someone that is getting into travel cards for the first time, though. I don't think the average person necessarily is going to know how to maximize some of the value that you can get from those programs, or you might not see a lot of value in them because maybe you don't want to travel to the places that some of these international airlines would take you. So the United, Southwest, and all those kind of things that Chase has is going to be a better match for a lot of people than what Capital One is offering. Now, I mentioned earlier with Chase that if you decide to simply cash out some of the points that you earn there, you would get a penny per point, which is a pretty nice valuation. With Capital One, if you wanted to cash out, you'd only get a ½ cent per point. So if you look at these two cards, if you had 10,000 points and you cashed out with Chase, you'd get $100. If you had 10,000 points and you cashed out with Capital One, you'd only get $50. So cashing out with Capital One, and this is true of most travel credit cards, is not going to be the way to go, where Chase does give you that leeway to just decide, you know what, I'd rather take the cash right now, which is a nice feature. I should mention here that if you have other Capital One cards, you can use the rewards that you've earned on other cards and pool them with the rewards from the Venture Rewards card and redeem them toward travel, but you're not going to get anything extra, so it's really more of a convenience to put your rewards together to maybe redeem more often or to redeem for something bigger. You're not going to get any boost through the Capital One travel portal as you would through the Chase portal. There are also travel credits and benefits to talk about on the Capital One Venture Rewards. You have a credit toward Global Entry or TSA PreCheck, the programs that get you through the airport faster. If you use your card to pay for those application fees, you would get a credit of up to $100 every 4 years. For that, you get 2 passes per year into Capital One's airport lounges. There aren't that many Capital One airport lounges yet. In fact, there's only one open as I make this video. That's in Dallas-Fort Worth. 2 more coming online in 2022 in Denver and Washington Dulles. You have some travel insurances on this card, but like I said, they are a little bit weaker than with the Chase card, and you would want to look at all the details of those if you are interested in those, if those are something that you think that you would actually use. But for whatever reason, even though both of these cards are a Visa Signature card, the Visa Signature benefits that you're getting in terms of travel are actually better on the Chase card. And then finally, in comparing these cards, we should talk about your chances of being approved for them. In general, the Capital One Venture Rewards card is going to be easier to be approved for than the Chase Sapphire Preferred. That doesn't necessarily mean that either of these cards is super difficult to get approved for, but Chase is going to look harder at the length of your credit history. They're going to look harder at how many other credit cards you have and how many of those credit cards you opened in the recent past. All of those kind of things, where Capital One tends to be a little more lenient. If your credit score is over 700 and you don't have a ton of recent new credit cards, probably both of these companies are going to look at you favorably. If you're below 700, well then that's where you're getting into the gray area. All right, with all those details out there, which is the better choice? Well, for most people, I think it is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Its combination of rewards, bonus, the ability to redeem with that extra 25% through the portal, better travel transfer partners, the ability to cash out if you want to at a 1 penny per point basis, the hotel credit that comes with it of $50 per year. All of that stuff together makes it a better choice than Capital One. For most people, I could see that you could choose Capital One in some cases. That 2 miles per dollar, way easier to understand, and depending on how you spend with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, it is possible that you would end up with less than 2 points per dollar on your purchases on average, especially if you don't hit the dining and travel categories very hard every year. So it is possible that Capital One would be giving you more on an everyday basis, so you would have to do the math there. But Capital One, not quite as good on the redemptions, doesn't have quite as good of extras. I actually really like Capital One's Venture X card more than its Venture Rewards card. Even though that card has a $395 annual fee, it has so many credits and extras that it is easier to justify the value and justify that $395 annual fee than it is to justify the $95 annual fee on this Venture Rewards card. So I give it to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And of course, I should reiterate that those new cardholder bonuses do change, and depending on when you are watching this video, maybe Capital One is offering a better new cardholder bonus, and maybe that would tip the scales in Capital One's favor. So that is it. If you are just getting started with travel credit cards and you want sort of the most flexible, easy to understand program out there, I think Chase is probably the best in terms of the card issuers in general, and the Chase Sapphire Preferred, a great place to start because the annual fee is more doable than getting up into those 400, 500 plus travel credit cards out there. If you have any questions, comments, put those in that comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you don't want to leave a comment or you don't want to go to that website, how about you watch this video